I've spent the last 11 years in the world of finance, both educating myself about money and making financial mistakes that I've greatly learned from. I studied finance in college. I started my first business when I was 15 years old, and I've learned more lessons than I can count on how I and others can better manage their money. One of the best skills I've learned is how to better manage my money, fix bad habits, and build a financial future. I'm going to share with you 9 of the most common mistakes that people make that hold them back from their financial future and ways and tips to overcome those. Number 1, debt. America has now over $1 trillion of credit card debt. And credit card companies love this. They charge 20 to 30% interest rate on these fees, and they love when people carry balances. If you aren't treating your credit card like cash, then you're doing it wrong. If you've ever carried a balance on your credit card, you need to stop using a credit card. If you're chasing rewards and find yourself carrying a balance and paying interest on those credit cards, you're not winning the game. The credit card companies are. You're paying more in interest than any rewards can ever pay you. Car loans. A lot of people will argue with this. Car loans hold you back. If you're dishing out $300, $400, $500, $700 a month in car payments to the bank, you're not winning here. That is money that could be going towards enjoying your life, whether it's traveling, whether it's food, or investing for your financial future. If you don't have the cash to pay for a car, you shouldn't buy it. A lot of people justify buying a $30, a $50, or $60,000 car without having the cash to pay for it, and that just sets you so far back. Imagine not having a $700 a month car payment. The things that you could do with that, whether that's investing in index funds or that's setting aside money for travel. In my eyes, it's never a good idea to have a car payment. Number 2, no clear budget. From your expenses to your income, every single dollar should be tracked. If you're not being very intentional in understanding where all your money is going, it's going to disappear. If you're wondering where your money is going every single month, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you haven't sat down and tracked every single expense, there's a reason that you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. That is all disappearing. You're swiping your credit card or your debit card with these $20, $30, or $50 transactions thinking that, oh, I'm not spending that much money. But guess what? It adds up over time. I guarantee you, if you're not on a budget and you're living paycheck to paycheck and you sit down and budget your money, you will find non-necessity items that you have spent in the last 90 days that you could cut back on and that could change your financial future and your monthly spending. Having an attitude that you will budget when you make more money is the wrong attitude to have. Over 49% of people making over $100,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. It's not an income problem. It's a budgeting and tracking problem. If you have that attitude now, even if you're making over $100,000 a year, you're going to have that same problem because you're still not tracking your money. You have to be very intentional about where every single one of your dollars go. Number 3, buying too much house or buying a house when you can't afford it. Now, this is a debate that a lot of people will argue against, saying that buying a home is an investment, buying a home is the best thing you can do. Well, guess what? People over-glamorize buying a house. If you have credit card debt, if you have car loans, if you have student loans, buying a house is not going to help you. If you don't have an emergency fund, buying a house is not going to help you. If you put your income into an online calculator, it will spit out a number saying that 36% of your pre-tax income will be a comfortable amount to spend on your mortgage. Well, guess what? That doesn't include utilities. That doesn't include lawn care or bug service or anything. That doesn't include whether you need a new roof or the AC go outs or a water pipe burst. That's not calculated in there. And if you're spending 36% of your income on housing, that's not accounted for taxes. People buy houses more than they can afford, and they find themselves living paycheck to paycheck because all their money is going towards their house. If you don't have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund saved up after you close on a house, you're going to find yourself in a very difficult situation. Your AC goes out or a water pipe bursts, you're screwed. Me personally, I had a $3,000 water pipe burst about 9 months after I moved to my house. If I didn't have cash for that, I wouldn't be in a good spot. And guess what? 3 months later, I had a $3,000 tax bill that hit me. Houses can be great and they can be a blessing if you're set up financially for it. But if you don't have an emergency fund and you get hit with those $6,000 worth of bills within the span of 3 months, you're going to find yourself depleting your investments, depleting your savings, or worse, putting on a credit card. I have a friend that moved in a house, and within 30 days, he had a $5,000 assessment from his HOA that he had to pay. He had no choice. I had another friend that moved in a house and his basement flooded. Within the first 6 months he lived there, and that was tens of thousands of dollars. If they didn't have the cash saved up for it, that house would have been a curse. You should go into buying a house with the intention and mindset that you're not going to be making money on it. You should go in there with the intention and mindset that this is going to cost a lot more than I expected. You need to have a line item in your budget every single month for maintenance. That's just setting aside a sinking fund for when you need to replace the roof, or when the AC goes out, or when a pipe bursts. Because guess what? It's going to happen with a house. Number 4, ignoring problems at hand. A lot of people go through life with their debt and just ignore it. They think that if I just pay the minimum payments and if I just continue to live my life without even thinking about the debt, then it's going to be okay. Unfortunately, it's not going to go away. No one's going to come and get rid of your car loan. No one's going to come and get rid of your credit card debt. The only person that can take action and change your financial future is you. I can't sit here and make you do it. Your best friend can't make you do it. The only person that can do it is you. Just ignoring your situation only further delays any progress or any solution to the problem. Number 5, not saving money for yourself first. A lot of people will prioritize spending money on shopping, on travel, on their car, on their house, but they forget the most important thing of setting yourself up for financial success in the future. And that is saving and investing money for yourself. If you put that the last item on your budget, that, hey, once you finish spending, you'll save that money or you invest it. Well, guess what? Emergencies will come up, expenses will come up, someone will ask you to dinner, someone will ask you to go on a trip, and you're gonna have no money left over at the end of the month. What you need to do is automate it. Start small, whether it's 1%, 2%, 5% of your income, automatically set that aside into a separate account and live and adjust your budget like that never existed and slowly increase that over time. You should only do this after you pay off consumer debt, but you need to automate everything. Make it so your money goes in your investment accounts, your money goes in your savings account without you having to lift a finger. Make it easy, streamline it so you don't even have to think twice about it. You'll be amazed how this forces you to prioritize spending when you have less money to spend because you're prioritizing saving and paying yourself first. Number 6, trying to beat the market or trying to time the market. I will sit here and tell you that I've tried to both to time the market and beat the market. And I learned fast that I'm not the next Warren Buffett. This is the same reason why Warren Buffett suggests and says the average investor should put their money into low-cost index funds and not try to day trade, not try to trade single stocks. People are overconfident that we can beat the market, that we can time the market. I learned this myself. And I learned quick that I'm not Warren Buffett and I have no business trying to sit here and beat the market. The best strategy is to buy index funds, hold them for a long time, and continue to invest every single week over time. Timing the market is impossible. You're not going to predict COVID. You're not going to predict a stock market crash. You're not going to predict when the stock market soars. Statistically, if you had missed the best 10 days in the last 30 years of the stock market, your returns would have been cut by half. And majority of the times, the best days happen within a few weeks of the worst days. So if you're sitting here waiting for the market to rebound or for us to hit the bottom, well, guess what? If you miss the best days, it's going to destroy your returns. So don't try to time the market. Don't try to beat the market. Set up and automate your strategy so you invest weekly, monthly, whatever it is, and you don't ever have to think about it again. Number 7, waiting too long to invest. A lot of people go through life thinking that I'll start investing when I have more money, or I'll start investing when this happens. But what you don't see is how waiting 10 years, 20 years till you're older, till you're making more money is going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your life. When you take control of your money while you're younger, you're going to make better financial decisions that are going to impact the rest of your life drastically, let alone the returns that will benefit you. If you're 22 years old and you start investing $300 a month, you'll have $1.1 million by the time you're 67 at a 7% return. But if you wait till you're 32, you're going to have to invest $630 a month. If you wait to start investing when you're 42, you have to invest $1,400 a month to get to $1.1 million. At 62, you're going to have to invest $16,000 a month to $1.1 million in that 5-year time period. This shows you that time is a huge factor when it comes to return on your investment. Start early, invest often, and it will pay you dividends. Number 8, no emergency fund. Emergencies are inevitable to happen in life. No one's life goes 100% according to plan. Whether it's a flat tire, a trip to the emergency room, a roof that needs to be replaced, an AC unit that goes out, stuff is going to happen in your life that are not in your budget, that are true emergencies that are unexpected. And what you have to do is set yourself up so when those happen, you're not finding yourself in credit card debt and you're not in over your head. You need to set yourself up at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses for these emergencies. And this money should be in a separate account, not your debit card account, not an account that your credit card pulls from, but an account that can only be touched in the instance of emergencies. This is not money to go shopping, not money going on vacation, but money to protect yourself when unfortunate events inevitably happen in everyone's life. Number 9, not educating yourself. You have to educate yourself. You have to make decisions yourself and you have to take action. You need to educate yourself every step along the way, whether it's how to get out of debt or how to invest or how much house can I afford. You need to find resources and people that you can trust to learn from. If it's a get rich quick scheme on TikTok that's telling you that you can become a millionaire overnight, arbitraging Airbnbs, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. There's so much content on the internet to help educate you and teach you about money. Unfortunately, there's not enough education in high school and college or in this world in general, teaching people about credit card debt, about car loans, about buying a house, about budgeting, about student loans. And that's a major issue in this world. That's why I started this channel, because I was very fortunate that I took a personal finance class in high school and that changed the trajectory of my life on how I budget, on how I spend my money, on how I invest my money. And I'm so thankful for that. But the issue is that's not in every school. That's not in every college. And people need to learn, because guess what? You're going to have expenses in life. You're going to be making money. And the only person that can take action and take control is you. So my goal is to help people learn about money so that they can better their financial situation. Well, thank you for watching this video today. If you learned something from it, if you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.